Chitarra suona più piano, nessuno deve sentire. No, that was wrong. I'll do it in a minute. Let me cook it first. My name is Raffaele, and I'm chef owner of Buon Appetito Pizzeria in San Mateo. And today we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do a dish that my aunt taught me for the first time. She came from a town, Tocca Casaria, which is nearby the town that I was born at, and it's called pasta alla chitarra. And it's basic a pasta, homemade pasta with egg noodles that at the end they get cut out with a special tool, that is the guitar. And this is the guitar. Has two sides to it with a slanted plank. One side you can do a type of fettuccine, which is quite wide. The other side is what we call chitarra. And basically it's the noodle is going to be a square noodle with a different type of texture that your regular spaghetti or tagliolini or whatever. So this is what we're going to use. So we're going to start by putting half or 3/4 of the flour into your food processor with a dough blade. And then we put 6 eggs, all eggs, grade A large eggs, salt, which is about 1 teaspoon of salt, the rest of the flour, and if we need, we'll be adding some water or more flour to get it to the right consistency. So I'm going to make a little tiny noise right now. It's not going to be a song, so. It seems like we're going to need a little bit of water on it. So I have some water, cold water, right here. And I'm going to add some. Pulsating your processor will make the process a little bit easier. And I got a spatula, and I'm just going to scrape it down so that I don't spill. Now we want to take it out almost more on the dry side than on the wet side, because then we'll have to do on the bench, and we will have to put on quite a bit of flour. We put it on the bench. It's somewhat soft, and there are parts that they're not quite incorporated yet. So this could be done by hand. By the way, this could have been done by putting the eggs in the middle and the old-fashioned way, but I tried to save some steps, and most people have a food processor nowadays, so it's a little bit easier. You basically keep on folding it and flattening it until it incorporates the rest of the dry stuff. Because we want this dough to be somewhat dry, because otherwise, when it goes on top of the guitar, it will stick to the strings. So therefore, it's best to have it somewhat on the dry side. At this point, the dough is nice and smooth, it's not sticky. It's about, I will say, 3/8 in thickness. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it rest. So I roll it up, and I usually put it in a refrigerator for about on one pin for 20 minutes. So basically we put into a nice roll and it goes into the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. And when it comes out, it's somewhat colder, a little bit harder. We're gonna let it sit another 5 minutes to get to room temperature. And at that point, we're gonna start to make or to use a guitar. And I'm sorry, I cannot tune this thing. The strings are all the same size, so bear with me. Okay, let me introduce my Italian girlfriend, Chitarra. We have a little 9-inch machine. 9-inch means we have 9-inch rollers. Most likely at home I have a 6-inch machine. Still use a cranker. It works just as well. We're going to start to the highest setting, and we're going to take it pretty much to the thickness of the space between the two strings. And that's what we ultimately going to cut on top of the guitar. We're going to unroll it. And we're going to cut it into pieces. About 6 inches in length. 6 inches because when we're going to put it elongated, we don't want it to have too long, because what happens is then it's going to go over the rails of the guitar, and at that point we're not going to be able to cut it anymore. I'm going to start it at number 6, because it's useless to go to 7 or 8, because 7 or 8 will be wider than the dough is actually, the thickness of the dough right now. So you insert it from the top, you start rolling, and you pretty much have it come to the bottom. What I like to do is, I like to put a little bit of flour over, at least on one side, then I flip it over, next time I'll put it on the other side. So drop it down, 5, and so basically what I did is I dropped 1 notch. So now I'm going to put a little bit of flour over, set it off, and continue on. Drop it 1 more. So right now I am at 5, and then again at 4. That's what we have. This is the right thing, and this is what we want to make pasta like that. This, we put the dough on top, line them up, and don't worry if he ends over, if he is too wide, because after we cut what's on the top, we can always take this piece and put it back on the top and cut the next one. So here we go. So what I do is, it has tiny little feet at the bottom. I put it at the edge of a counter, so then it's kind of firm, and it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be level or flat. And then I'll start to roll on the top. Don't push too hard at the first time around. And what you do is you want to engage the dough into the strings, and then you start to push it down. So push it as hard as you can. My grandmother and my aunt used to do this all the time. They had more strength than me. So at this point, this one is cut already. That was the extra because it was too wide. Now, to make it fall, we just take the rolling pin, put the guitar against yourself, and pull it back and forth. And at that point, it's all cut. And voila. And here we have spaghetti alla Chitarra. And what we do is we put a little bit of flour on so they don't stick too much. They don't stick to each other, better yet. And what we do is put it aside. It dries up a little bit. Don't pile it up too high, because then in the middle they stay too soft. This is the spaghetti alla chitarra, or chitarra, with our famous bolognese. In Italy we say sono conditi, and I like to finish it with a little bit of parsley that gives it a nice, beautiful color, green color. Thank you! Oh, chitarra romana, accompagnami. Can we eat now? Can we show them how to eat? A nice bite of chitarra alla bolognese. Enjoy! Let me check if it's any good.